Hi guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Virgo. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome back, or welcome to the channel, welcome back. You're just the camera, sorry. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I'm Nicole and I appreciate you being here. For those of you returning, welcome back to the channel as always. I appreciate all the love, the support, the likes, the subscribes, the comments. They mean everything to me, and I appreciate each and every single one of you, so thank you for that. Virgo, this is going to be for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus cross watchers. If that is you, discern the messages always. Everybody always discern the messages. Not everything will be for you, probably. This is still for like mid-March. March is a longer month, right? A little behind on getting all of these out, but make sure you check your other placements as well if this would not resonate. You never know what's going on around you, right? All right, guys, we're going to hop right into it. So Virgo, and if you guys are interested in a personal reading, that information on how to reach out to me is in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Okay, Virgo, I was getting some messages as I was kind of like meditating prior to doing your reading, and I'm curious to see how those come out for you. So Virgo energy, please, Spirit, for me to late March. Okay. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, let's see here, Virgo. There we go. We'll take it. You know, a lot of the signs have had very similar, like, I'm going to call it overlapping energies as I've gone from one sign to the next. Some things have been seemingly overlapping into the next reading. I didn't get any videos out yesterday. I can't remember. I think I might have done Taurus the other day. This card is insane. Invoking self-realization. I want to say Scorpio, Sag, maybe, Leo. Don't quote me on that, but I know Scorpio was definitely one, and it might have even been Taurus. Invoking self-realization. I have seen this card, this mantra card, come out of this deck for this series of readings. I don't think I've ever seen it in the time that I've been working on YouTube here. Seen this come out this way with the same card over and over and over and over again. When you've got a whole stack of cards, you see me shuffle of all the things that could come out. It's that same card, and I'm going to tell you guys too. This self-realization, we have had timeline shifts happening and occurring. We have sped up the process. I don't know what you guys personally get into, but things are changing at a rapid pace right now. And part of that is any falsified idea of who we are or what we've been dealing with is coming to an end. And for some of us, and I think collectively all of us in some way, we are going to have these moments of awakening where things are not as they seem. We're waking up to a completely different world. And I've been preaching this for the last couple of weeks like a crazy person. But guys, things are shifting significantly. We've got Pluto moving into Aquarius tomorrow. We're now in Aries season. Saturn's making some move, or did make some move recently, into another sign. All of these shifts, we've got the spring equinox, all these things are shifting right now, and it's going to create massive change. It's the inevitable, right? So a lot of truth and communication coming out, the desire to express how we're feeling, what's going on in the world around us right now as well. So Virgo, now that I give you my speech on that, invoking self-realization. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. It's like, for me, for you guys, it's like you're waking up to something that maybe you've subdued for some time and expressing free will. Spirit is saying taking choices and taking chances. Making choices, taking chances. Sorry. Thank you, Spirit. My choices determine how brightly I shine. Maybe you feel like you've been playing with low-level energy for some time, and talking about Capricorn or Pluto sitting in Capricorn, that can be some low-lying energies. Negative toxicity. We think about it in the tarot deck, in the original tarot deck, the devil card is that of Capricorn. And no offense to any Capricorns out there with that, with Capricorn placements, but it's depicted that way. It's shown that way. That's where that energy sits, right? And then releasing expectations. Only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. And as I was getting ready, as I was saying this to you, Spirit was coming through. I lost the message. Spirit, give that back to me, please. The cat. The cat is meowing. I'm sorry. You're going to have to change up how you're viewing other people. You may be recognizing that things are not working the way that you thought that they were going to, and thus this expectation. Spirit is saying that things are going to work out better for you than you recognize right now. You may not understand it. You may not see it. You may not be grasping the grand scheme of the whole thing yet. And I'm going to say yet. But as you're awakening to an understanding, these self-realizations, these self-truths, the self-awareness that comes with it, you understand that things are shifting, and that the way you thought things would play out, they're more than likely not playing out that way at all at this time, okay? So, let's go ahead. My lips are dry. I have chapped lips right now, sorry. Changing weather, right? You guys have a lot of blue, and I equate that to the throat chakra energy as well. Needing to express yourself. Spirit is saying to stop holding back. So if you've been dealing with not speaking, having a hard time communicating, even though Mercury is not in retrograde yet, it has kind of felt like that on and off throughout the last couple months. So let's see. Dynamic. 5, that of change, right? The frequency of dynamics supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. You know, interesting to me that, as I said to you, things are changing, right? Things are changing around you. You may find, and in Virgo, for some reason, I also want to say that this may have come out in your last reading for March, the March reading, that, oh gosh, I just lost it again. You guys might be having a hard time staying on task. You really might be. But you're going to discover through this how much things are, Spirit is saying, becoming anew. Those layers that it speaks of, between the layers and the different aspects, finding different aspects of the self. This, to me, is very much about you, Virgo, at this time. So, I keep picking at my lips. I'm so sorry. My lips are dry. Let's dive in. Let's see where this goes. You have various points of things that are surrounding you, and I kind of feel like you're dead center of it. You may be sitting in the middle of something, could be situations, people, work, kids, who knows, right? Where you're watching maybe the world around you change at this time too. It's like there's these multifaceted aspects that surround you, and you're dead center, watching everything shifting and changing. And that in itself can be some very interesting realizations. We got the caring connection, victory. Spirit for Virgo, please. For Virgos. Yin and yang, divine, masculine and feminine energy, strategy. So we've got caring connections, victory, and that yin and yang. Caring connections. You may be trying to, Spirit's word, forage the connection somehow. So, going around, cleaning it up, tidying things up, wanting to feel good with what it is that you're doing, and trying to strike this balance. And I think with those layers, I don't know why that sticks out so heavy, you may be awakening to how you're going to have to work together with somebody. And I do believe that is one point that came out in your last reading, is working together with somebody, maybe something to that effect, if I remember correctly. The dynamics of your relationships are changing also at this time. You may be finding some strength and courage, finding the beauty of certain things that maybe you failed to see before as well. Spirit, let's clarify caring connections. You may have a masculine energy surrounding you right now that's trying to hold on or hold back. Holding back some communication as well. Yeah, the World, the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is for Virgo. And the Nine of Cups. I feel like, Virgo, either you or someone you're dealing with is hanging on to something that I feel like for one of you in this situation, you feel like it strips you of your independence. And you're tired of feeling that way. You just want to be happy. You just want to feel good about the things that are going on around you and in your connections with other people. For some of you, Spirit is also saying that this can be in various aspects of your life. You may be seeing patterns and behaviors that are repeating in the types of relationships or situations that you have with other people, where it strips you away of feeling who you are at your core being. And there's that self-realization again, right? That you have gotten away from the self, that you've gotten away from expressing how you feel, that the expectations that you have for yourself are not being met at this time because you feel confined by certain situations and certain people. This Victory card, Seven of Swords. It is self-defeating. It is self-sabotage. Four of Wands and the Hierophant in reverse. So with this, the Death card. So right now you have Taurus, Libra, Libra. You might be dealing with a Libra. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus again, and then Scorpio again. So you could be dealing with any one of those signs, or it doesn't have to be, right? It could be a mix of things. But anyhow, the Seven of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Hierophant in reverse. This is like a self-defeating, this is you giving to things that are not of your higher good, putting an end to anything that has been manipulating, anything that makes you feel like you can't trust it, anything that Spirit is saying you need to have an extra eye out of protection around your home, or whatever this might be. Maybe you've got to watch the people that are coming in and out of your house, because it's like whatever this situation is, and if this is you, Virgo, it's like non-committal kind of energy. These are people and situations that tend to just kind of go up and down. There's no consistency in what it is that's going on. And all you're begging for is a new beginning. It's tired. It's being tired. We've got two cards of endings here. You're just very tired of playing the same old thing, trying to hone in on what it is that feels right and feels good for you. And through these dynamics, through these relationships, through these situations, through this failure to feel good about yourself and feel very independent and very strong in where you're at right now, you're recognizing that it's the external circumstances that you've engaged yourself with. It's been ignoring your intuition. It's been ignoring your higher calling. It's been ignoring, contractual issues, whether it's soul agreements or whatever, that they're making it very difficult for you to focus on the self. And I really feel like for a lot of you, this is about, the Death card there, the transformational energy. Very simple. If you're sitting in a circumstance with people or whatever it might be, and they don't change, and you've expressed how you feel about certain situations and they're not willing to change, at some point, if you're so tired and so fed up with it, you're going to have to be the thing that changes. And that may include implementing boundaries and saying, this is my space and I'm going to protect my space. Whether that space is, the Four of Wands is celebration, marriage, commitments, building, right? There's so many different ways to view that card. And for you, this should be about you committing to yourself at this point. Making that promise, taking that commitment to the self, because at the end of the day, you're feeling bare, you're feeling worn. it's just like I've taken all I can, you know, like everybody's plucked a feather from this poor bird, you know, you being the bird, Virgo. He's got what, like maybe 5 feathers left, 5 shits left to give, and then he's done. It's pretty much how that feels to me. So let's see here. This yin and yang spirit. What is this yin and yang? Divine masculine, divine feminine energy. The duality of situations. Understanding another party's perspective as well. The devil. Talked about that devil card. Capricorn. There it is. 7 of Cups in reverse. This is illusion. And again, self-realization. The Fool card. Excuse me. The Daughter of Pentacles in reverse. Whatever this is, whoever it is that you're dealing with, whatever the situation surrounding you, and this part of this self-realization, may be also recognizing your own toxic traits. How they've not served you. It's not giving you any forward progress. If anything, it's left you feeling very confused, very bare, very worn out. And it's like you're finally tired, finally fed up with dealing with these kinds of situations and things. Again, it's not serving of your higher good. It's constantly having your feet in the fire, trying to balance all of the different avenues of your life at this time, and it is exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. You've seen minimal growth. And again, if this is just within yourself, or even dealing with somebody else, but I also feel like in the midst of this, you're gaining, I don't know that I would call it clarity, right? But you're gaining perspective on how you're going to have to make changes moving forward so that you're not staying in this energy that is self-defeating. You know, you want the things in your life to connect with you and to you at a soul level, not just Spirit's saying in a moment, not just in a moment. So what is this strategy about for Virgo, please, Spirit? Too many cards. Let me take a look at those, though. Okay. All right, Virgo. There's that 4 of Pentacles again. What is this about? 2 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. The Hermit, Pisces energy. All right, Virgo. With this strategy, you know, the 2 of Pentacles is weighing our options, and you know, most cards, or in tarot, the 2 of Pentacles in the background, there's a sea of ebb and flow, right? There's highs and low points. With this particular card, and I'll show this to you, you've got that butterfly, and that butterfly is indicative of transformation, right? And you've got the 2 of Pentacles there. It's almost like you're asking yourself if you want to evolve. Like you're tired of it. You're tired of these same old situations. And you're hanging on to something that is absolutely emotionally unfulfilling for you. And it's like you're there and you don't know how to get out of it. You're there, and even though it doesn't really work, it's very tight feeling. Like when you look at this 4 of Pentacles, like you would envision them moving, right? Like they all need to be in flow together. It's only a matter of time till those rubber bands, or whatever you want to call those, eventually get tired and weary and they break, and then everything is just shooting off in every freaking direction that there is. And I feel like with that, those rubber bands are starting to wear thin, right? Right now, you have the opportunity to take control through these self-realizations, through expressing yourself, through releasing expectations, holding things together. And Virgo, I feel like for a long time, you guys have really tried to hold things together, and that's really trying to control everything around us. So the sooner you let go of that, let those 4 Pentacles fall, right? And emotionally walk away from anything that's indecisive for you. But it's like you're playing with the idea of stepping into something new with that Death card, changing and transforming, but it's like not, you're just not quite there. You're still holding on to something, and this is certainly from the past, you know. Let me see, let's dive in a little, got 19 minutes in here, so I've got a little bit of time. What is it that Virgo's holding on to. You're holding on to a lot of things that didn't work out in the past. It's like you've turned a blind eye to certain things instead of putting in the work. Maybe you just relied on somebody else to put in the work, or maybe you're dealing with somebody else that wanted you to do all the work. For Virgo, let's clarify that. Four of Pentacles, please. Judgment. It's a choice. Your judgment is a choice. It can be a freeing choice, and there's the Eight of Swords underneath. It can be a freeing choice, and as I talk about those rubber bands, you know, that judgment comes out on the top of the Four of Pentacles with those rubber bands, as I'm calling it for today. You have a choice to hang on to this. You have a choice to let go of this. But right now, it's like you're hanging on to it, and when you release that, when you let that go, you're invoking freedom. You're invoking soul freedom. You're invoking soul's growth for yourself by letting this go. Whatever these situations or a situation or person or whatever it is might be for you. This Eight of Cups, please, Spirit, for Virgo. What is this about? The Three of Pentacles in reverse. It's not working. And there's that Eight of Swords again. It's not working, and it hasn't worked in a very long time. And there is a realization emotionally of disappointment. But, you know, you might be met with challenges, and I feel like for some of you, you feel like you are going to be met with challenges, and it's going to be an uphill battle or an uphill climb. And it's okay if it is, because it's not about taking the easy way all the time. Would it be nice if we could take the easy way all the time? Absolutely. But what are we going to learn through those experiences if everything is just peachy keen the whole way through? We're not gaining anything from that, right? So what brings these two together? Three of Swords. You're again holding on to past disappointments. You know, I don't need to see the Five of Cups here to know that it's like you're torn between living with the pain because it's become so comfortable for you, or do I release this pain so I can move forward? And it's like you're teetering on whether or not you want to transform that energy. Why would you not want to? Why do you want to live in hurt and heartbreak and disappointments at the things that aren't working out? And I'm Virgo again. I think back for a few months. Yeah, you're not listening. You're not listening to yourself. I think back, and I really remember, I think, so anyhow for you guys, that this has been something, it's like almost this back and forth energy of certain people and situations. Spirit is saying for some of you it may involve a son. So I'm not sure what this is, but you may be dealing with a male child who you keep, you know, watching these things happen. You may be giving to them, doing for them. It's time to make them do for themselves, because you're depleted, you're worn out. Like you've held it together for so long as you could, but it's exhausting you. What is the outcome of this strategy? Spirit, what is the outcome? What is the outcome here for Virgo, please? Well, I guess we're gonna keep shuffling. It really is a time and a space to let go for yourselves. Especially too if you're dealing with masculine energies. Some of you may be moving. Just side note there. Move doesn't have to be literal, right? It doesn't have to actually be picking up and taking off from your home space. But it's like you need to travel back to yourself. The Queen of Cups underneath there. The Two of Pentacles again, Virgo. There's some earth energy, right? And then the Four of Wands again, which we've seen back here in this victory and success. Again, toying with the idea of coming out of this indecisive space. The Three of Wands, you know, she can take the risk and she can, you know, go out and surf the shores and light a fire and do things that are going to make her feel fulfilled. Male or female, it doesn't matter. But I feel like whatever the situation is, you feel like it's aged you. It's aged you. It's like the body is in great shape to go, right? But the mind is tired. The mind has aged because you're not listening, maybe not addressing the pain and the hurt, the disappointments. But the reality to this is, Virgo, you've got the free will decision, the free will choice You know, and then we look back up here, it's expressing free will, right? You've got that free will choice to make a change. If you're waiting on somebody else to get it together, don't do that. You're putting your stake of happiness in someone else's hands. No one else has control of your happiness but you. You're giving your power away if you're relying on somebody else to straighten their shit up. You know, like, you get to decide if you're happy. You get to decide if you're gonna sit in complete emotional understanding of the self. And that hermit over there is like, well, then I'm just gonna, you know, go in and hide, retreat for a while, and maybe you need to. All right, love cards. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So in regards to love, right? Not everybody, not every Virgo, I think I just said this for Taurus maybe. Not every Virgo is running off and getting engaged this week, or before April. Deception. If you're seeing cracks in foundational energy, it's because Spirit and the universe is trying to move you. They're trying to move you into a space where your soulmates are coming in. And again, it doesn't have to be in the romantic sense. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together, right? So, you know, your love life, you know, we are universal love to begin with. We're not just love in the sense of romanticism. But if you are dealing with somebody and you're recognizing that there's always this inner conflict of going back and forth with situations, maybe it is just time to let go so that you can give space for something new to come in that's going to be fulfilling, for someone who's going to dote on you and love you and care about you, and calling in your soulmates. Like, envision the life that you want to have. You have the free will to have these visions, to make these prayers, to make these affirmations. Oh my God, just please do it. Healing family issues. Again, this could relate to children. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents also. Attraction and codependency. Just because, and I feel so passionately about this as this message is coming in, you have a history with somebody does not mean that they are good for you. And I don't know why I kind of want to like scream at you guys when I say that, but it's like, it's almost like you feel left out. You feel displaced. You don't feel comfortable. And every time certain people are around you, you just don't, it's like you have to have, it's like, it is that Seven of Swords energy. It's like one eye open, like, what do you want? What are you coming in for? What do you need? You don't feel secure in it. You don't feel safe in it. You don't feel at home in it. And, you know, to heal the family issues is to heal your children and further generations, and then proceeding as well, right? So it's like, whatever this uncomfortable space is that you're in, and it's like you're dabbling with your emotions, but you're dabbling with like a little bit of all these different energies. I look, you know, seeing that Four of Pentacles too, and then the way the cards are laid out here, you've got a little bit of your cups, you got a little bit of your swords, you got a little bit of your air element, or your wands, your fire element, and you've got your pentacles. And this is all low-lying energy of like, well, I could, like you're playing with this idea to change yourself and your life so that you can reach wish fulfillment. But, you know, you're only going to be able to sit in that for so long until the universe is going to move you. You're hanging on to control that you don't really have at all right now. Okay? Pay attention to that. Very important. Very, very important. It's not, I just want to say it's not the end of the world. It might feel that way to you, but it's not. Okay? So you have the ability to change the dynamic of the situations that surround you. What you choose to do with that is totally up to you. It's a choice. It's absolutely a choice, Virgo. So if you guys found that this reading resonated for you, please hit that like button. It is greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. And then again, if you want to dive deeper into your personal stuff, because it is a collective reading, please feel free to find my information in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. Virgo, I'm wishing you guys well. self-realization can be a very taxing thing. It can be absolutely exhausting, right? But I promise you, if you take a look at the confusion that surrounds you, I promise you, if you take a look at those things and you sit with those feelings and you bring them to an end, you're going to feel so much better in the long run. You know, to be in the middle of that, you know, transformation, spiritual awakening is not rainbows and goddamn butterflies. Like, that's, if you walk into this path and that's what you think is going to happen, you are sadly mistaken. You truly are, because that's not how it works. We have to live through, excuse me, pain so we understand what love is. We have to have experiences of the light so that we know what the dark is. We have to have experiences of the dark so that way we know what the light means to us. And then finding gratitude and being present and aware on our journey to get us to where it is that we're going. You know, and it's really being comfortable enough to sit in with accountability and responsibility of our actions, our own suffering, of how we allow people to behave or treat us in our life. We give them that power. We teach them how to treat us. And when we show them that we're willing to put up with it, or, you know, we're willing to constantly give and not receive, we're showing them that information. We're showing them our expectation of them, whether it meets our standards of what we need or not. So, side note from Spirit there as it just spewed out of my mouth. All right, Virgo, I'm wishing you guys the best. Have a wonderful day. Sending you all my love and light. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in April. Bye.